If you've spent enough time in the niche fighting game scene and looked in a little deeper past well-loved titles like Third Strike, Super Turbo, Capcom vs. SNK2, Garou Mark of the Wolves, King of Fighters 98 and 2002, you may have encountered a little game called Karnov's Revenge, or at least seen this guy here, the balloon guy. You may have even given it a try and discovered a fast-paced, easy-to-pick-up, and uniquely fun fighting game that's a far cry from the Street Fighter II knockoff it was written off as in its early days. Sure, it has its odd balance issues and the occasional glitched interaction, but what you found was a game with top-notch character designs, inventive and powerful combat mechanics and tools, and memorable presentation. But what if you could have more of everything you liked about it? Enter Karnov's Revenge Revolution. Created by ROM hacker GHF with input from the Karnov's Revenge community, Revolution was designed with the aim of rebalancing and adding to the base game of Karnov's Revenge without sacrificing the powerful elements that made that game such a good time. The goal was never to replace the original game, but to offer a different spin on it. To those ends, core game systems and individual characters have received a host of changes, and a multitude of glitches and quality of life issues have been addressed. Karnov's Revenge Revolution boasts two primary changes to the game's core system mechanics: desperation-style revenge moves and a reworked stun mechanic. Revenge moves are exactly what they sound like. When your character is low on health, their name will begin flashing, indicating that they're now able to use their powerful revenge move. Revenge moves have different utility depending on the character. They could be reversals, combo enders, mix-up tools, fireball callouts, but they all do strong damage and serve as a potential comeback factor. Some characters have had their old secret moves reworked into revenge moves, others get new ones entirely. However, each player only gets one shot at using it per round. Whether it hits, gets blocked, whiffs, or gets interrupted, you only get one try at it. Make sure to pick your moment. The second core system change is to the stun system. In Karnov's Revenge, every character has a weak point somewhere on their body. Strike the weak point enough times, and you'll both stun them for a free combo and break that part of their clothing, making future hits on that spot do additional damage. These stuns could happen once per round. Once you break the weak point, it couldn't happen again until the next round. However, in Revolution, the stun rule has changed to allow only one stun per character per game, regardless of which round it happens in. This adds a layer to the mental game of deciding whether you want to use your stun as soon as it looks like you'll be able to land it, or save it for a future round. It also means that characters with easy weak points to break, like Fei Lin or Clown, only need to worry about getting stunned one time. They'll still take extra damage after getting their weak point broken, but given that stuns often led to KOs in the original game, this provides some much-needed relief to those characters and makes other characters less dependent on fishing for stuns. I'm not going to go over every single character change in this video. A full changelog will be linked in the description, but I can talk a bit about some of the overall balance philosophy that went into Revolution. Karnov's Revenge was a game with a clearly defined top tier. Ray, Zazzy, Karnov, and Lee ruled the roost, with some characters able to compete with them and others struggling badly, but a lot of what made them top tiers were fun and compelling tools to play with. Revolution does nerf some of the more egregious and abusable tools the top tier characters had, but is careful to do so in a way that their playstyles are preserved and they still feel strong. Everybody in Revolution gets new toys to play with, and characters who were fun but lacking feel more complete now. This is especially good news to anyone who loves grapplers, as fan-favorite bottom-tier beasts Ryoko and Marstorius are now genuine threats. Lopsided matchups do still exist. They're an inherent part of any fighting game that offers players powerful and varied tools, but the cast is closer together in terms of overall strength. Revolution is packed with new special moves to add to your arsenal, some using reworked sprites and animations, others using previously cut content. Many special move inputs have become more standardized and less awkward as well. Again, I won't be listing everything here, but no matter which character you favor, you'll find something new and interesting to try. No fighting game released in the mid-90s is without the occasional glitch. Revolution fixes the player-side difference glitch, granting both players the slightly increased hit stun that was normally only given to player 2 in the base game. The massive damage glitch that Jean and Zazzy could get from the instant version of their MASH specials has also been fixed, although the input for these specials had been simplified to compensate. and Karnov's teleport glitch has been reworked into a dedicated special attack. The last group of changes I'll be going over relate to the game's presentation. Players can now select a variety of color palettes from the character select screen, rather than being limited to 2. Stages change appearance slightly between rounds, and Karnov and Clown's stages can now be fought on outside of arcade mode. Revolution also has a working combo counter. Karnov's Revenge Revolution is playable for free on Fightcade, with its own dedicated game lobby. To play it, you'll need to either use the patcher linked in the description on your existing Karnov's Revenge ROM, or hit up the community Discord, also linked in the description. I've been having an absolute blast with Karnov's Revenge Revolution, and I hope you will too.